Monday. All right, guys, the NFL salary cap is taking another significant leap up. According to Dan Graziano and other NFL reporters, the projected salary cap for next season is expected to rise to somewhere between $277.5 million and $281.5 million. That final number will be dependent on exactly what the TV deal comes out to be, but somewhere between $277 and $281.5 million. That's a $53 million jump over the last 2 seasons for the salary cap. Bull, how does this increase in salary cap impact, if at all, the Cleveland Browns' offseason plans?
Obviously, it helps. I mean, that's part of the reason they keep kicking the money, keep kicking the can down the road. You and I were talking on the phone last night, Mike, and you made the point of, well, now Deshaun Watson, all that dead money on Deshaun Watson, it's not technically dead, but all that money on Deshaun Watson, it's a smaller percentage of the overall cap. Mm-hmm. The bit more it goes up, and you'll see the same thing. By next year, certainly by 2027, but maybe even by next year, we're going to have a cap of $300 million. I mean, that's, and because TV is just a cash cow, beyond. It's a cash monster. Mm-hmm. And for it to go up over $50 million in 2 years, that's nice. Crazy. So it helps the Browns because that was way more than it was projected to be. It was supposed to go up. It always, outside of the COVID year, it always goes up.
Yeah.
But it wasn't expected to go up originally this much. And so now the Browns, who are, I think, $25 million or so over the cap, and the cap situation gets worse if they trade Myles Garrett, because that will create more dead money. But this makes it easier for them to maneuver in terms of, because they'll continue to kick the can down the road on Watson.
Yeah.
And remember, like at some point it'll be, well, now Watson's only $24 million on the cap. If by that point the cap is $300-something million, that $24 million, I know it sounds crazy, is kind of not that big a deal at that point. Whatever it is.
I wonder, you know how he's missing this whole season and they getting the cap relief for him.
I don't know that they actually get cap relief.
What is it? The insurance pays for it, so
right,
they don't have to.
I just think I could be wrong.
Yeah.
I think the Haslams get part of it, and they get a little bit of cap relief. I think
maybe,
it's
but
I think it's like $5 million, something
maybe.
like
that.
Is that this year or is that next year? Because
I'm not 100% sure.
See,
I'll try looking it up.
Well, starting in March.
It would have to be next year, right?
Well,
he would have to miss this whole year, and then they take the relief off of next year.
The following season.
Yeah.
We don't know with 100% certainty he's going to miss.
Correct. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. I doubt it'd be this year.
Yeah.
Huh. I mean, yeah, like you get a little more dollars to do whatever, but listen, y'all already, you handicapped already anyways. I mean, so what? It gives you what, 10 more million, which I guess that buys you one free agent, one or two free agents. So yeah, I mean,
it does benefit teams like the Browns that are willing to spend to the cap.
Oh yeah,
there are teams that are unwilling to spend to the cap.
Yeah.
So it benefits teams like the Browns. There's no doubt about it. But it's not, even with this big jump, the Browns still have work to do in terms of the cap. But this will help.
It helps the Myles Garrett situation too.
And it means the Bengals should pay Jamar Chase $40 million and T. Higgins $30 million, and let's go stop effing around.
They can do it.
They absolutely can do it.
They are absolutely not going to do that.
I think they are. What do you think about that?
The reports are they're thinking about it, right?
Well, they're going to franchise tag Higgins, which is smart.
So Trey Hendrickson's walking.
No, he's not a free agent. He's still got 2 years left, or at least 1 year left.
Oh, I thought he was a free agent.
No, he just wants a renegotiation.
People talking about like he a free agent
No,
this
he's
year.
not. He's unhappy with his contract, as he should be.
He had a good year and needs paid.
He's been great with the Bengals. I mean, he's been one of the best D linemen in football, and he needs to get a raise.
Well, someone will pay him.
100%.
What is he, 31?
He's not that old, is he?
I don't think he's 31. He's played. I mean, I think he's only been. I don't know. How old is Trey Hendrickson, Mike? You look that up
Trey
real quick?
Hendrickson? Yeah, give me 1 sec. Trey Hendrickson is ESPN doesn't want to load. Hold on.
I mean, there's no reason they can't pay Higgins, Chase, and Hendrickson. No reason.
Hendrickson is 30 years old and will be 31 at the end of next season.
Okay,
He turns 31 next December.
The Bengals are like $100 million under the cap.
When does pass rushers go off the cliff? Because 30 is like the...
Nah, you could play into 30. That's not like running backs or, A lot of the good all-time pass rushers played well into almost their mid-30s.
I mean, like, wasn't Dwight Freeney really good at like 35?
Yeah. Bruce Smith, Reggie White. I think a lot of these guys. Trey Hendricks is not as good as those guys, but he's really good.
Yeah, because here's the thing: to be a good pass rusher, you can cut down your reps and just get you. You only have to be. You don't have to be on for like 17 snaps a game.
And they don't have to extend him that long. They just got to pay him more for the next 2 years. And even if they extend him, give him a 3-year deal and pay him, $25 million a year, or whatever, instead of. I think he's getting $15 million. Whatever.
Dwight Freeney, you mentioned him, Dustin?
Yeah.
Made a Pro Bowl at 30. 31, he was okay, and after that, started to go down and down.
Yeah,
I'm fine. I'm fine. If Hendrickson sucks his last year, that's fine with me. They got to pay him. But back to the Browns. Obviously, this is a benefit. This benefits the teams that are willing to spend to the cap, like the Browns, like Philly, more than anybody else.
Listen, they pay those guys to be. The reason that Andrew Berry and them got this job is because they understand how to finesse the salary cap and all those things and make things work. And obviously, this gives them a little bit more flexibility. But we talk about how they're in cap purgatory.
They're not in cap purgatory, but they have to. The cap is a factor. Purgatory's too strong.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
they in cap trouble. How's that?
Trump, there's issues, especially if they have to trade Myles Garrett.
There's cap issues.
Yes, definitely.
But if AB, the reason that he's been given all his crown is because he's been able to finesse it. And when we didn't feel like we had money, he was able to do some things that created some money.
I don't buy that.
Hopefully.
Yeah,
This is a situation where he really got a shot. Because at the end of the day, you got us in this situation to begin with.
That's right.
So therefore, you got to get us out of this.
He's no cap genius. The reason he was able to do something about it is because Jimmy lets him keep spending down the line. And Jimmy, unlike a lot of owners, to his credit, is willing to kick the can down the road on the money when other owners are not willing to do that. And that's why they've been able to manipulate.
We have one of the wealthiest owners in football.
Do we have anybody like that we can renegotiate deals?
Jack
you can renegotiate any deal you wanted to negotiate.
Like I feel like who
there's not many.
Who left?
They could restructure Myles Garrett's contract and open up a ton of cap space if they want. This also, my first thing I thought of this.
Well, if he said he's willing to do
when the salary cap went up, because we've talked a lot about if they don't trade him, it's going to lead to him getting some sort of gigantic contract.
Right.
Well, I don't know if you saw some of the tweets, like Micah Parsons yesterday when this was announced. He just quote tweeted with money signs. I mean, this is good for.
Yeah, the cap going up. All the guys that are about to get paid, like Chase, like these guys all want. If they were willing to sign for 35, now they want 40. Now they want 42.
And Myles Garrett's contract, whatever that was on the table before, just went up. I don't know, $10-15 million.
Big time.
Which is either good or bad for the Browns, depending on how you want to look at it.
Oh, I think it's good for the Browns because.
No, I just meant having to pay Myles more if they renegotiate that route. Whether that's good or not for the Browns. This salary cap increase is certainly good for the Browns because of what you said. Jimmy's willing to pay. And if you have a team that's willing to pay, you could finagle the cap. You can't avoid the cap, but you could finagle the cap almost any way you want.
That's right. They could restructure Jack Conklin. I was reading that they could.
He ain't got no more guaranteed money.
Right, but you don't want to move on from him because he played pretty well.
I mean, decent last year.
No, I agree.
Yeah, I'd want to
Is this his last year under contract?
I think so, and so maybe you renegotiate a longer deal, but you spread the money out.
See, I hear stuff like that, and it makes me think that they're 100% going to take this Will Campbell kid from LSU, and it's going to cause an uproar.
If they're going to draft him, then they'll probably draft him. They'll probably trade down. And draft.
Probably, but
that's if somebody wants to trade up to get a quarterback.
It's going to cause if they take that with that number 2 pick is
fans
Will Campbell from LSU tackle, everybody going to be like, what? It's going to be a problem. So yeah.
They have no more guaranteed money on Conklin, by the way. If they wanted to cut him, they can cut him after this season much more easily than right now. And his cap number this year is $19 million. His cap number next year is also $19 million.
Right. So what they could do with Conklin is they could offer him an extension and spread out that money, which would make sense because he's played well. Now he's been hurt, and when they re-signed him last time, we all thought it was, myself included, thought it was a stupid deal.
It actually would be funny if they did it again.
Right.
And then it gets hurt, and then that would just be the continuation of the cycle.
Exactly.